I am a criminal defense attorney in Boston, and a few years ago, I was representing this guy who was facing a massive grand theft auto charge. The state's case was absolutely rock solid. Security footage, fingerprints, the whole 9 yards. My client claimed he was asleep at home, but he had zero alibis. I knew I was heading into a losing battle, so by the time closing arguments rolled around, I decided to bet everything on a wild psychological stunt. I stood up, walked slowly over to the jury box, looked the foreman dead in the eye, and whispered, "Ladies and gentlemen, the real thief is actually sitting right inside this courtroom." Then I paused, looked directly at the crowded gallery in the back, and yelled, "Security, lock the doors! He is trying to slip out right now!" The entire room erupted. Every single juror, the prosecutor, and even the bailiff snapped their heads around, scanning the crowd in total panic. After 10 seconds of pure agonizing silence, I smiled and turned back to the jury. I said, "See, every single one of you looked. You searched that crowd because deep down you have a reasonable doubt that my client is the guy who did it, and by law, you must acquit." I sat down, feeling like an absolute genius. I thought I just pulled off the ultimate cinematic victory. The jury went back to deliberate and came back in literally 12 minutes. The foreman stood up, looked straight ahead, and said, "We find the defendant guilty on all counts." My jaw completely hit the floor. I stood up, totally dropping my professional composure, and blurted out, "But how? You all looked at the back of the room. You clearly had doubt." The foreman sighed, looked at me with total pity, and said, "Yeah, counselor, we all looked. But you know who didn't look at the back door? Your client. He just kept staring right at his hand, because he already knew nobody was coming to save him."